Hi everyone, it's me, JD Best. I said I'd do a video update tonight, so that's what I'm doing. Please excuse my face, please excuse the robe. I've just been in the shower because it's like 9:30 and I'm pretty knackered after my second radiotherapy, whole brain radiotherapy today. Joy. It's actually going alright. Although the doctor did scare me a little bit today because she was like, are you getting any headaches? Is this happening? Are you having problems with memory loss? And I was just like, well, I do struggle to find words sometimes, but I think that was the effects of before's radiotherapy. And she said, yeah, it'll probably get a little bit worse because obviously we're treating you again. And I was like, okay, cool. And then she mentioned dementia. So if I forget your name or forget anybody, then apologies. Brain cancer. I can actually blame it on that now. Also, just while I am in this robe, I don't know if you can see it, but I think it says Mrs. Best on it or something. It was my wedding day robe, which my good friends Laura Weston and Emma Walker got me as a little prezzy. So I'm wearing it with style tonight to cover my pyjamas and try and retain some dignity on the videos, JD. Right, so the purpose of this video is I really had trouble remembering what companies, individuals, events were happening at the moment. So I wrote a list. Again, I do apologise if I haven't got everybody, but I have tried to include everyone, their name and what they're doing. Some of the details are yet to be confirmed, but I'm just going to basically run through the list, and because it is a very large list, I can see why I didn't actually include everybody last time, because there's so much and so many people that are doing things, which is incredible. Like, now that I've wrote it down, it's just like, oh my god. And also, a fantastic thing happened this morning, because I was totting up sort of donations that have already happened from individuals, so not necessarily fundraisers as such, and we're already at, was it £24,000? So not too shabby. Halfway, quarter of the way there, nearly, and that's before any of these lovely, wonderful people are going to do some fundraising for me. So, it's just so hard to take in, because you guys all say to me, JD, you're so inspiring. You're really inspiring us to do better, and you're inspiring us to never give up the fight, and you're inspiring others to do the same. But I'm kind of going, well, you might say that, but to me, you're all inspirational. I mean, look at what you're doing. Look how much money has been raised between you all, as a community of friends and people that I barely even know, that are willing to help me on my journey, and to me that is just overwhelming, and it's inspiring, and it's, oh, I'm gonna cry now. I said I wouldn't cry on the videos, but it's just unbelievable. It's just hard to believe that so many people want to do this, and are doing it. Pull yourself together, you stupid woman. I'm going to go red now like a lobster. It's just the feeling of community and the love and support that I feel from you guys is just as important as what I'm getting from my own family and my husband. And it's just absolutely overwhelming and incredible. I mean, I can't believe like the amount of money and time and effort and what people are doing and the coverage it's getting because you're all sharing and liking the GoFundMe page, and it's just, I'm just speechless, and like the emotion that I go through day to day is just, where would I be without all you guys? So, I mean, really it's you that are doing this. You're allowing me a second chance at treatments that perhaps I wouldn't be able to get, and I cannot thank you enough for that, because I couldn't do it on my own. So it's just, it's unbelievable. But now I've stopped crying. Sorry, my nose was running and being a wet blanket. It must be because it's past my bedtime. I'm getting tired. It's like having a baby around. I've got to be fed, watered and bathed and slept, and then I'm happy. But I mean, the radiotherapy is going well so far, but already I've started to notice changes and side effects similar to before. I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit of burning sort of at the back of the head, shakes, trouble finding my words, so you will have to, and tiredness is the biggest one, fatigue, so you will have to bear with me, and I'm sorry about my moon face. It's the steroids, it just makes me chow down and I can't help it. 14 stone in a day. But yeah, so I will wholeheartedly try and get to every one of your events, because I know how much effort everybody is putting in, and I know how much it would mean to me to obviously be there to support you, support me, but I really don't know how this one's going to make me feel. And it does have the ability to change my personality, so I don't know what I'm going to be like. I have noticed, like with the last lot, it has made me a lot more snappy, and I don't want that to be the case. And also I still don't know when I'm going to be starting the chemotherapy after the radiotherapy has finished. It might be a couple of days before I finish, it might be a couple of days after, it might be a couple of weeks after, I don't know. I've got another appointment on Thursday anyway, but mainly today was to check to see how the first 2 had gone and if I was getting any side effects, and it's not been too bad so far, thankfully. But anyway, enough blubbing and talking about me. Let's talk about you inspiring a lot. So I have had to write this down because there are so many people. So please bear with me as well, because my chest is awful today. I'm very wheezy. So please bear with me if I'm coughing and having a sip of water and stuff halfway through, because I feel like my mouth is going to be very dry at the end of this list. So, first of all, I have said some of these names before, but I feel like I'm going to compile them all into one list, because there are quite a few notable ones, and it's like an ongoing thing, and they're getting more and more people involved, and which is fantastic. So my first one is obviously one of my besties, my second husband, as I like to call him, Tom Selby, of TJ Selby Plumbing, I think it is, his Facebook page. He's got, I mean, like, I don't know what that boy does. I don't know how he gets them to do it, but he's got so many people on board all over the UK, like, to do this boiler thing with me. I do know some of the other guys that are listed, but I don't know all of them. So I'm going to list them just to say thank you. So we've got Tom Selby, Chris, you have to excuse the pronunciation if I get this wrong, Chris Speitel, Nathan Bateman, William Gavin, Marcus Bull, Connor Jordan, Ian Forbes, Jacob Hayes, Nathan Wilston, Sean Barrett, Jonathan Hallam, Martin Shelton, Jake Libby, Steve Challoner and Bryn Higgins. So they're the guys that Selby has managed to get on board to do this with him, which is amazing. Thank you so much, guys. You are top Mario brothers, aka Mario and Luigi plumbers, but all brilliant guys. They're all doing their bit, they're all getting involved. Selby's still posting when they're doing their little boiler services and stuff as well, which is nice for me to see. So thank you all, you guys, obviously. Next one I'd like to thank is actually another big company. You've probably heard of them, Nottingham Trams. My husband actually works for Nottingham Trams, and I know that some of the drivers that are driving Nottingham Trams are going to donate a day's wages to the fund if they want to do it, which is incredible, like absolutely phenomenal. So they're really behind me. You know, I've had a private message off one of the girls that works there, and also Charlie's boss. I won't mention names just in case, like private confidentiality and whatever, but he's just been absolutely incredible, and supporting us both as well, and sort of letting Charlie almost look after me. Just insane again. And also my dad works for SsangYong Motors UK. You've probably heard of SsangYong, or maybe you haven't heard of SsangYong. It's not a common car name and company, one that's recognised. It's a Korean car company, but they've got dealerships all over the UK, and one has just landed in Loudon, actually near Loudon Caravans, because they're excellent 4x4 vehicles and they're very reasonably priced. Not that I'm trying to sell for my dad, but I do actually have my own version, and it's a fantastic car, great for the wheelchair as well and the dogs. But they are actually doing several different fundraisers, and also money that's sold from car deals. I think it's £5 from each car, or 50 quid or something. I can't remember the amount, but is going to the GoFundMe for each car sold. And there'll be big banners up over dealers that want to get involved. So you'll probably see my face all over the country at some point, which is amazing. And they're also doing sort of a swimathon. There's individual raffles. I mean, that's a huge deal, huge deal. So massive thanks, especially to Doug, who is my dad's manager, and also obviously the big bosses of SsangYong. I don't actually know their names, but like my dad is absolutely over the moon that they're doing it for him, and doing it for me as well. And obviously having another big business on board is it'll be a huge chunk, I think, of funds as well to go into the donation pot. So thank you very much to SsangYong Motors UK. And if you do get a chance, go down and have a look at the cars because they are very nice. Another thank you is for Oliver Ryan, my cousin, because he's going to do a Leicester Marathon. So please do sponsor him if you're in the Eastwell Gardens area, or you can sponsor him through if you contact him on Facebook. There's Cafe 16. I'm a bit confused. I wasn't sure whether they still call themselves Pitch Cafe or not, but I'll say Cafe 16, but it was the Pitch Cafe. All their staff tips they're going to donate to me. We've got Debbie and Joe Waring doing the head shave next Saturday. Again, I'm hoping to be there if I'm well enough. But they're doing raffles and prizes, and obviously they're raising money at the moment, so thank you very much to both of you. We've got Victoria Pike as well. She makes homemade dog treats, and she's donating a certain portion to people if they buy the dog treats. They're really good, there's no baddies in them, and they look amazing. I think some of them are unicorns. Great, who doesn't love a unicorn? Dogs do. Dogs love unicorns, and they love unicorn treats. So treat your doggy and get some nice homemade treats done by Victoria. Vicky, well, she likes Vicky, but sorry, Victoria. Obviously my good friend Laura Pagula, she's doing 2 fundraisers. She's doing her photography at discounted prices, and she's donating the funds straight to the GoFundMe. And also they're doing the 3 Peaks hike with Nick Pagula, Andrew Dobb, Matthew Weston, Safina Aslam, Rebecca Avery, Chris Dunn, and obviously my husband Charles Best is going to go and do that with them as well. So huge thing again that she's doing, because she had to organise the bus for everybody, accommodation, etc, etc, and hopefully they're getting lots of sponsors. So thanks Laura, and everybody else as well. We've got this Saturday at the Wheat Sheaf, actually Louise, who is in the Wheat Sheaf, I'm not sure if I think she's the manager, but she's a lovely lady and I've been speaking to her as well. They're doing a live music session, and that's this Saturday. Again, I'm going to endeavour to go, but they're doing a collection there, and all proceeds will go to my GoFundMe. So thank you very much, Louise, and hopefully I'll be well enough to come. Have a non-alcoholic beer, you know, I like that. Or if not, then cup of tea or something. Do they do them in pubs? I don't know. Yeah, they must do, because they do coffees. And then Gemma and Leon from the Nag's Head at Harby. They are good friends of ours, because our Sammy Witt used to work up there, and she's a very good friend of mine. So we spent many nights up there and got to know Gemma and Leon personally, and they are lovely people. I think they've just shared a post actually about what they are going to do, but there's more details to follow on that, so do watch their page and I'll share that as well when it comes out. So thank you Gemma and Leon for again sorting out another night for me as a fundraiser. It's amazing, and it has been a while since I've seen you guys, so I do owe myself a beer, I think, up there. We've got Zinnia Florist, obviously, where I used to work. Oh, I miss that shop so much. I love flowers. But they've obviously come up with the Jadey bouquet, which I loved that idea, because Flowers are an absolute passion of mine. Anybody that knows me knows that given any opportunity, I just want to have a play with flowers. So, and I absolutely loved the bouquet that they did for me. I felt like that was a real representation of my personality and flowers that I like. And they've been flying off the shelves. I know that a few of my friends have bought them. So that's again a great support. So thank you, Charlotte, Kathy, all the girls at Zinnia as well that are working there. There's the Little Hair Room, actually, because I can't remember if I mentioned them in my last video, but there's Cassie, Lynn and Fran that work at the Little Hair Room, and Cassie and Fran, particularly Fran is a very, very good friend of mine, but obviously I know Cassie personally as well. Great girls. Lynn's lovely as well. They're sort of donating money from their haircuts. There's Ragdale Hall. A lot of the staff, I actually went up there for a stay recently. Just excuse me. And they've got a new infinity pool. I used to work there a long, long time ago, and I've got lots of friends that still work there, and they're sort of all supporting me and donating and stuff, so thank you to everyone at Ragdale. And I do know that I think someone might have donated some vouchers to Tom Selby for one of the raffle prizes at another one of the fundraisers, so thank you whoever that was. It's brilliant. Anything like that sort of helps. We've got Rainbow Landscapes, which is obviously Lockett and Tim. They're donating bits if they get work, so thank you very, very much, Lockett and Tim, who are also Sammy Witt's mum and stepdad. So, you know, again, thank you so much for your support with that. Michelle Dixon, obviously at Hurley's Dog Groomers, and she also does the wedding day dogs, and sort of any money she makes she's going to donate a certain amount. Michelle is a very dear friend of mine, so thank you very much, Michelle. Vanity Lash, which is run by Hannah and the girls at the Vanity Rooms for luscious lashes. So, and they are actually beautiful. My cousin's getting hers done there at the moment, and she's absolutely buzzing, and she's loving the fact that obviously when she has them refilled or whatever, that some of the money is going to my GoFundMe page, so it's a bonus win-win situation. We've got the Beauty Clinic, which is Helen and Jane Duffy. They are actually really good friends of mine because they are also my old attached neighbours, and Jane and Helen and James and Thomas were lovely neighbours to have. I miss them dearly, actually. But again, their beauty clinic's lovely. I think they're going to put something out, potentially a gel nails and jelly evening, I think it was, or something similar, but obviously their details will follow at a later date. We've got the snack shop in Bingham. A lady called Astra Williams contacted me, and she's obviously doing the posters and sharing and things like that. And we're going to try and get a collection box in for them. So if you fancy a cob, go to the snack shop. Thank you very much for that, Astra. Katie Ford, who works in the co-op, she's also doing her own photography at a discounted price. I think the details will be on her own business page potentially, or perhaps there's more details to follow for that. Thank you so much, Katie, because we've obviously become friends from me working in Zia, being next door to you and popping in for my lunch every day and just chatting to you and your boyfriend. So I've got Puman Sidhu, who is actually, I'm just going to call her my cousin. She's my cousin's partner, but I'm just going to call her my cousin. And Philip Cooney, who are doing things around their workplace, and they've shared their their post today about the fact that they're collecting money for me as well. So love you so much, Puman. And Trent Plastering, Danny Saw, he's doing his bit as well. Tom Selby again has got him on board. So if you need any plastering doing, give Trent Plastering a call. The Handy Centres in Bingham, they're all doing a massive collection. I'm particularly good friends with Ronnie Whiteman and John, who work down there. So thank you very much, guys. Please thank all the other members of staff as well. Colleen Rouse at City Hospital. She was actually my clinical trials nurse. She's doing collections for her little farm shops, and also she wants to do a rat race and donate sort of any of the proceedings to my fund as her charity. So thank you very much, Colleen and Lynette. Big love to you guys as well, because you've been amazing throughout my treatment and you've really had my back, which is great. And Matthew, Gilly and Spencer Matthews, who are good lifelong family friends of me, my mum and my dad. I just call them Auntie and Uncle Gilly. They're not really my auntie and uncle, but might as well be. They're doing all sorts of bits all over. Gilly is going around and spreading all the posters and stuff, and I know that Matthew's doing some fund collecting for me. So thank you very much, guys. Hannah Marshall. I think there'll be some details to follow recollections for her. I think she's putting something somewhere, so thank you, Hannah. The Circle Eatery in Bingham, there should be details to follow. They're on about doing a pizza evening, I think, on the square, if the council will let them. I hope so. Seems like it's all for a good cause. So that's Javid and Molly. Do pop in and have some of their food if you haven't been before, by the way, because it's epic. I go there regularly for breakfast. I just go there regularly for everything, actually. That's a lie. Who am I kidding? Old steroid face over here. Too many circle bars. And then, last but not least, I just want to say a thank you to Synergy, actually. Synergy Beauty Clinic in Bingham. I got a wonderful surprise today in the post. It was a gift voucher that they gave me, and it just said inside, we'd like to treat you to a facial. Just thought you might like a Clarins facial from all the girls at Synergy. So that's a really, really thoughtful gift. I will definitely be using that. Maybe not right now, because obviously the burns and stuff from the radiotherapy probably won't be the best time to have it, but once I am recovered, I will definitely be booking in. And you know, all the girls are lovely in there, and they've got all the Jules boutique, so thank you so much for that. And obviously I want to say special thanks to my little admin team, which is obviously Tom Selby, but I've mentioned him before. Amy Pownell, she does Lash & Co eyelashes. Again, beautiful, beautiful eyelashes, and she's donating funds. And also there's some details to follow of some JD bears. So watch this space. Claire Louise Knock, one of my best friends in the world. She's just been an absolute diamond in helping me deal with poster requests, collection boxes, etc, etc, answering questions for me. So thank you so much, Claire. Kerry Randall, what a legend, coming up with the wristbands. I think you need to buy some more of them, mate, because I think we're going to run out very quickly. I've had a lot of people requesting those, so obviously I've been redirecting them to you to help me deal with those as well. But Kerry is in the Newark area. She does occasionally come over to Bingham. I know that she's sold a lot of the wristbands already, so if you are interested, you need to get in touch with her as soon as possible because they are going so quick. Please don't contact me, contact Kerry directly, because I just can't handle any more questions, and also with me having radiotherapy and stuff, I'm not going to be able to deliver them or whatever. So she can either deliver them or you can arrange collection, it's up to you. Thank you, Kerry. Again, Kerry is one of my closest, bestest friends. And she's incredible. I love her. I call her Clipboard Kerry because she just takes control, and I know I can leave things in her hand and she'll just look after it. It's like no bother. So thank you, Kerry and Frank. Love you. I also need to thank, again, Wendy Walker. She sort of does her own marketing bits and pieces, and she's actually the one that designed my poster, the one that is everywhere. So I have to say a huge thank you to her, because she did that for me free of charge, and it's beautiful and it's perfect and it does the job and it says what it needs to say, and it's worked really, really, really well so far. So thank you so much, Wendy. It was a fantastic bit of kit. It's doing the job, so thank you so much. And lastly, I really need to say a big thank you to, again, another family friend, Rick Martin. He's got his own printing business, and Wendy designed the posters for me, and I sent them over to him and said, would you mind printing them for me? And he has printed every single poster, and that's A4, A5 and A3. And I've actually had to ask for more because I've run out so quickly. So many people want them. Again, you can contact any of the admin people on the page, the GoFundMe page, for those if you need any extra. But thank you, Rick, for doing those, because they are lovely and I would be lost without them. So I think that's everybody. I hope that's everybody. I've tried to make a list, but obviously please keep watching Facebook and keep sharing and liking and everything, because it's going so well so far. And as I say, I will endeavour to try and be at the events if I can. Excuse me. But obviously I won't be able to make it to all of them, or might not be able to make it to any of them. So my mum and dad, bless them, have arranged a full-length cardboard cutout of me to go to the event if I can't make it. I was like, okay, go for it. So if I'm not there, the cardboard cutout might be, so you can have photos with that instead. But I hope this has been a good update anyway so far. Once again, just seriously thank you. It's unbelievable how many people are willing to get on board, and if you want to do something, just do it, because it's getting to the point now where people are asking me, you know, is it okay to do this for you? And obviously I'm never going to say no. Whatever it is, just crack on. I can send, like, I've got the links to the posters, and so have my admins. They've got the actual posters. I have got 10 collection boxes which have got the stickers on and stuff, and the chains. but I've only ordered 10 because I've had to pay for them. So I've kind of got them on a rolling system. All 10 are currently in use or going to be used. So as soon as they're full, I'll get them back and then I'll lend them out to the next person that is on the list. So just be mindful of that if you are wanting collection boxes. Kerry's done her own, I think, for her wristbands. She got some cardboard ones and just put the posters at the side. So obviously you can do that if you want to, if you don't want to wait for a collection box, or you've got an event that's coming up that you think, oh, I could do with a collection box. They're not that expensive, but obviously I've got the proper plastic collection boxes if people do want those, but as I say, there is a waiting list. So I don't really want to order any more than 10 because then it kind of defeats the object, because once I've finished with them, what am I going to do with them? That's like 80 quid down the drain. So anywho, I will leave it there for tonight. Please do share this video. I hope it's not been too long and boring for everybody, but I just really wanted to say thank you and sort of express my feelings about it all, because it's just incredible and it's lifting my spirits, shall we say, during a pretty crap time. So thank you, and keep up the good work as always, and I'm hoping that maybe there's some more interviews to come my way, perhaps with Knots TV. So again, watch this space and I will update you as soon as I can about any more funding or referrals and things like that, or treatment. And yeah, that's it. So night, I'm going to go to bed now, and hopefully I will talk to you again soon. Thanks guys, love you all.